Recently, when I was driving home from work, I heard on the radio via Triple J that all Kava importation licenses had been revoked in connection to the clampdown on child sexual abuse and substance abuse in remote Indigenous communities. The Kava Hut is one of my favourite places to go in Adelaide, so I decided to go see what was happening.
Hi Fiona.
Hi Derek.
For the uninitiated, what exactly is Kava and its effects?
It's the root of a plant from Melanesian islands, been drunk by their communities for 3,000 years. It contains no alcohol. Its effects, it's a chill out effect. Doesn't impair mental clarity, so your head's still fine. You feel chilled out, relaxed, chatty, sociable. In fact, it's a lovely feeling.
Is it legal to sell Kava? Can you still sell the Kava you have currently?
Yes, as long as you ordered or received your Kava before, I think it was the 25th of June it came into effect.
Yes.
I found out on the 27th.
So exactly how long has the Kava Hut been running?
6 years this month.
6 years this month, okay. Why do you think then the Australian federal government has decided to clamp down now on Kava after you and other businesses have been operating so long?
If I were to tell you that, it would be obscene. I think it's a soft...
Well, there's no censorship on this.
Oh, good.
So.
No, I think it's to appease the Aboriginals, who are a very small minority of people that abuse Kava. I think the figures are something like 7,000 in the communities affected, and there's actually a population of nearly 22 million in Australia. So I don't see why 7,000 possible abusers of Kava dictate the fact that 22 million people can't try it if they wish to.
Fair enough. How many people would you say that you have through here on an average busy night?
I don't know, what would you say, Pete? 50, 100?
50, 60, 100.
Okay.
We've got a membership, we've got a number one club, and we've
members?
got about 580 members.
I was in here last night and I noticed that you didn't have any security. How would you say Kava fares in comparison to alcohol with public safety issues?
Well, as I say, because it doesn't make people aggressive, doesn't make them belligerent, everyone's chilled out, playing bongos or guitars or chess, we don't have trouble. Well, look at me. We've never had security, we've never had bouncers, we've never had issues with people. The only issues that can arise are when drunks come in and we don't want to serve them. But Kava drinkers, no.
No problem with
No.
Kava drinkers?
None whatsoever.
Ever? Just out of interest?
In 6 years, no. Never.
I understand that ingestion of too much Kava can cause liver injury. How does this fare in comparison to alcohol?
Well, I don't know the statistics, but we haven't killed anyone in 6 years.
I can answer that one.
Pete's a nurse.
I'm a very heavy Kava drinker, I admit, and I've had liver function tests done within the last 2 months. Perfect. So, and I'm also a nurse, so I wouldn't, if it damaged me, I wouldn't abuse it.
I'm sure you would research it a bit. What about Kava's cultural impact? Doesn't this have like freedom of expression and kind of religious issues?
It's very much a ceremonial drink in their communities. Our Kava's from Vanuatu, which is supposedly the strongest Kava you can get, but it's very much a part of their tradition, their way of life. And that's the other thing, no one seems to have mentioned the impact it may have on Vanuatu, Fiji, Tonga, all those countries that export Kava to Australia.
Well, what about ones that are also in Australia?
You can still bring 2 kilos in your personal luggage for personal use.
Yeah. Wouldn't it also affect people from Fiji who are already here and who are not there, because they can't bring it back in?
Presumably. Presumably.
Yes.
But I think the sale of Kava is a big part of their community, and it obviously helps their economy. And the thing that disturbs me, and I might as well say it while I've got the opportunity, is the Australian government don't make any money on kava because there's no import duty.
Well, that kind of leads me to my next question, which was in Indigenous communities where it can be an offence to obtain or bring in alcohol, I think. Why do you think they didn't just do that as opposed to banning it wholesale in Australia?
Because they make shitloads of money off the sale of alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be Einstein to work it out.
No.
Banning kavas cost the government nothing. They make nothing on it. So they seem to be doing something to help, and they're not. Not in my opinion, anyway.
So, what do you plan to do when you run out of kava?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'll have to shut the shop. I'll lose my business. Which I'd like to say has been a successful business for 6 years. We're not allowed to advertise. I've never been able to advertise kava. Our whole business has been built on word of mouth and customer loyalty, and in one fell swoop they can just close a business.
Won't this only create a black market for kava?
I don't know. There was a black market in the Northern Territory, and I've heard all sorts of stories of kava being smuggled in because it was illegal 2 or 3 years ago, and they lifted that ban and said it would be a controlled substance with one supplier. Well, that obviously hasn't worked either. And has anyone considered the fact that boats ply to and from PNG to the Northern Territory every day of the week? You think they might bring a bit of kava in with them?
Possibly. Yeah.
I think they might.
Well, how can people register their opposition to this kava ban?
Because we've got this wonderful, wonderful petition going.
Okay.
And we've emailed it to lots of people, and obviously we've got it here in the shop, and we would like 10,000 signatures.
Okay.
And whether you drink kava or not, sign the petition, because why should the government ban it? That's my opinion.
I agree. So thanks for
You're very
taking
welcome.
the time to talk to me about it.
Cheers for that, Derek.